leave the house at 5 in the morning and hit up every store I could find that was open, just to find some groceries. Now we weren't going to starve; we had food at the house. But to your question, that's really when I noticed things were bad. When really the infrastructure that we live in is there's something wrong. And again, just had never been through that. So, I mean, I found a dozen eggs at a CVS or at a gas station, I think one time, just to have them. So anyway, for me, it was that when our basic infrastructure that we take for granted really was starting to crack. That's when I knew things were different and were bad.
How has COVID impacted you personally?
Personally, I was fortunate. I would say we got COVID. We were healthy enough to fight it off. We got vaccinated. As I mentioned in the previous question, we didn't starve. Luckily for me, my employment, I worked for a great company. They took care of us during that time. We've since recovered as a company from that. So for me personally, I would say I was one of the fortunate ones that it didn't really affect me in a negative way. Now on the other side of that, I have some family members that passed because of COVID. On my wife's side as well, family members that passed because of COVID. But for me personally, and my immediate family, we braved the storm.
Did you know of any neighbors who were negatively impacted by COVID?
Yeah, I mean, I know a lot of them. So where I live in my neighborhood, a lot of people are self-employed and they own businesses. They do a lot of freelance work, right? They work for themselves and they're successful. So I work for medium-sized Fortune 500 companies, so things are different, right? So I have a company to back us. So one family in particular, they're involved with shows where they do lighting, they do sound, logistics for these big conferences, right? So imagine a huge car show in Detroit or Vegas. They're involved in that. And they manage all of that, and that's their business. And they shut everything down for a year, maybe longer. Even and I mean, I have not been to a convention myself. We usually have a yearly sales meeting that we've not had in it'll be 3 years. But so anyway, when you take that away, there was no income, and so they've recovered. They probably saved responsibly and were able to weather the storm, but they were affected. A lot of people in the neighborhood are in construction. They were affected as well. So